Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel Learn to Code with Noob. So as this channel is Learn to Code with Newbie, so today I thought it will be a good idea if I will teach my wife how to code. So here she is. So my wife name is Tanvi. So Tanvi, can you please introduce yourself?
Oh, thank you, Manis. Hi, my name is Tanvi, and I have like a computer science background, and I have also an experience as a business analyst. So, but I don't have any experience in the programming. So I'm excited, and I really want to learn programming. So that's why I joined with my husband. Thank you.
Okay, great. So today I am going to teach Tanvi and myself what is Typescript. And so she has no background of programming. She has a computer science degree, but she didn't code that much. Like she doesn't have any industrial experience of coding. So today, uh, right from the scratch, I will teach her how to program basically in TypeScript. Okay, let's jump right in. So first we will cover how to install TypeScript. So Tanvi, do you know what is terminal?
I guess terminal is just like the CMD command prompt.
Yeah, you can say so. Like command prompt, just like in Windows, it's the same thing. Or terminal in Mac. So, but do you know like why it is used? Like what is the use of terminal or command prompt in Windows?
Basically, command prompt is used for directories or for commands.
Uh, Kind of correct, but I would say like command prompt is just like an interface where you can type in some commands. So, for example, there is a Chrome browser right in front of you, right? So if I press close or I close tab, so under the hood there is some command which is running, which will actually tell Chrome that hey, close this thing, right? So you are actually basically clicking on it, but there is some command running under the hood, which is actually telling the Chrome software to close, right? So so command prompt or terminal, they both are same, kind of the same thing, but it's basically where you type in your commands. That's pretty much it. Got it?
And in command prompt, we we can show the output also.
Yeah, you can do most of the things in command prompt. So for example, if you want to change directory, right? If you want to go from like home to somewhere else,
Yeah.
you can you can actually click on home, you can go to somewhere else, right? But in terminal, you can just basically say cd home something, and it will be, and you will go to there. So whatever you are doing in as a user interface, you are actually typing in a command for that. So that's the only difference between a command prompt or a terminal and a user interface. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Alright, Tanvi. So the first thing which I want you to do is you first thing you have to do is install Node.js. So you go to a website and just type in nodejs.org. You open it and install Node.js from there.
Okay.
So you have to select the Mac OS one. Okay. Yeah, so you have downloaded, just double click on it, tap on continue. So this is like the stuff, like basic stuff, like how you install a software. It's basically the same thing, right? Install. Install software. All right. So yeah, so you're done with installing the Node.js. So now to verify how you have, like, is your Node installation is working fine or not. So you just open the terminal and type the command in node space -v. Okay, so yeah, so now it's basically showing you what is the version of Node you have installed. Okay, so it's version 14.15.1. Okay,
Yep, got it.
all right, all right. So now you have installed Node. So after that, now you have to install Typescript. So to install Typescript, first open the terminal and now you have to type in command. Okay, so type in the command npm space I space typescript typescript space -g.
G.
Yeah. Yeah, so npm is basically node package manager. So here you are seeing some errors which are basically permission errors. So the easiest way to get rid of this is you can type in sudo in front of this command. So here you are getting the permission error. So what it basically says is that you have missing write access to this directory, right? So um, so it basically means that you as a user, Tanvi, doesn't have a write access to this directory, and it also says permission denied. So it basically means is you as a user, while running this command, you don't have an access to write into this directory, like to access the directory. So in small layman terms is basically you can't open this folder as this user, just in a basic layman term. So what we will do is we will say, hey, run this command as a super user. So what you have to do is you have to type in sudo and then that whole command. But you don't want to like type in the command again and again. So what you can do is type in, just tap on up arrow.
Okay.
So when you tap on up arrow, then you will see the command which you typed in before, right? So npm I typescript -g. So and just go over here and just type in sudo sudo and space and then just tap in enter. So now here it will ask for your password. So since you are running this command as a super user, your system will ask for your password. So yeah, type in your password.
Any password?
No, the password which you have for this system.
Okay.
Alright, looks like the installation went through. So in order to actually make sure that your TypeScript is installed correctly, you have to type in the command tsc space -- version. Enter.
So I have a question that what is TSC?
So yeah, so So TSC is a TypeScript compiler.
Oh, okay, fine, compiler.
So TypeScript is a scripting language, right? And TSC is a compiler for that language. So TSC space dash dash version, it will basically is showing you the version of the TypeScript which is installed. So 4.0.5. So now everything is good.
So this 4.05 is the latest version?
I think so. In order to check that this TypeScript version is updated or not, you can basically go to Google and just type in TypeScript updated version, and it will show you what is the actual version. I just type in TypeScript updated version npm. Yeah, just click on the first one, scroll down. So here you can see the version is 4.0.5. so here is your updated version. Okay, so now you have installed TypeScript. Now the next thing which we want to do is we want to install an IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment, an IDE for TypeScript. So there are a lot of ways in which you can code in TypeScript, but the best IDE which I like is Visual Studio Code. So just go to Google and just type in Visual Studio Code download. Yeah, so select the Mac one and it will download. So we'll wait for the downloading part, and after that you can install it. Yeah, so now it's downloaded. Just double tap it, just tap on open. So here is your Visual Studio Code. Alright, so now we are ready for our TypeScript coding. So the first program which we will write in TypeScript is Hello World. Alright.
Yep.
So in order to first what we will do is we will add a workspace folder. So you can tap on add workspace folder. You can create a new folder by tapping on new folder left hand side. Yeah, and just type in any workspace name and then just create it, add. So now there is your new workspace folder. So it is already, so you are already in your workspace. You can close this welcome thing, right, and you can open the workspace. Yeah, just tap over Explorer, tap on the Explorer, and you are in your project 1 workspace, right? So just right click on this and you should be able to add a new file, and the file name can be anything, but I will give it as main.js. So JS means JavaScript extension. So we are basically saying this file is a JavaScript file. Okay. So actually we need to actually make a new file which is main.ts, not main.js. So main.ts, that file will basically, so TS stands for TypeScript, JS stands for JavaScript. So you can basically delete main.js. You can delete main.js. Okay, so this is the basic program which I have wrote. So what does the first line means? So basically let means, let is a keyword in TypeScript, right? Which is actually telling TypeScript that hey, whatever the thing which I write besides let is a variable. Okay, So here message is a variable. So what variable means is variable in which we can store something, right? So a variable is a thing in which we can store something.
So variable is like anything.
No, it's not like anything. It's like a thing in which you can store something,
Okay.
some data,
Okay.
right?
And let is a keyword for that.
Yeah, let is a keyword in TypeScript, and which basically tells TypeScript that hey, this thing, like whatever I am writing besides let, is a variable.
Okay.
Okay, so variable in its own definition means in which you can store something, but because we call it as a variable, so variable means it's you can change its value.
Okay.
So for example, right now the message variable is hello world, right? But I can basically change its value to something else, like blah, right? Something else. So
So value can be anything.
yeah, yeah, you can put any data. So value, whatever it means, like any data you can
Any
put.
data.
Yeah, you can put any data inside this variable, right? So right now I have assigned this variable a data called blah. Here is your data, right? So variable in itself means is in which you can store something, but its value can change,
Okay.
right? So
Value
right,
can be different.
yeah. So on line number 1 the value is hello world, and on line number 2 the value is blah or something else, and you can, and again on line number 3 you can again change its value.
Okay.
So that's the definition of variable. All right. So now we have defined variable. So what does this means? Console.log message, right? So on the second line, this basically means we are printing the value of message on the console.
Okay, the basically output you are saying.
Yeah. So if I run this code in the terminal, right, I will have a value printed out as hello world.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now our next step to actually make this code in a runnable state is we have to compile this TypeScript file, right? So right now this file is a TypeScript file, right? But eventually we want to compile this TypeScript file into something which we can run on a terminal, right? So how we will do that, I will show you. Okay, so in order to actually run this TypeScript code, what we have to do is we have to compile this TypeScript code into JavaScript. So eventually TypeScript code is compiled into JavaScript, and then you basically run that code, right? So eventually JavaScript will run at the very end, but you are writing the code in TypeScript. Okay, so remember I installed a TypeScript compiler, right? So the TypeScript compiler will actually do this job. It will compile TypeScript into JavaScript. So in Visual Studio, so you don't have to actually open a terminal somewhere else. You can open the terminal inside Visual Studio. So how you can do that? You can just type control tilde, right? And then what you can do is you can type in the command tsc, which is TypeScript compiler, and the file name, which is main.ts. And you tap on enter. So this will compile the TypeScript file into JavaScript. So you can see there is a new file main.javascript, right? So here the TypeScript file is compiled into main.javascript file. Okay. So now If you go into this TypeScript file, you will see now it is showing an error which says cannot redeclare block scoped variable message. So I will tell you what this error is about. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please don't forget to click on the like button. If you don't like this video, please mention why in the comment down below. Like, share and subscribe. Keep learning.